And we are live here on the bigger picture. We have Danny Gonzalez and Alex Brown.
What is up, everyone? It's the bigger picture.
It's the bigger picture here, and today the topic we're going to discuss is how a lot of celebrities, not too mainstream celebrities, but they all seem to be encouraging people to connect to God. I notice a lot of them, they're changing their ways, they're cleaning up, and I think that's a good thing. Some people might, I don't know, it's like mixed opinions, but for what I see it as, I think it's they're putting in good work for their position, despite a lot of the stuff, their music. I mean, it depends. I'm talking to Busta Rhymes, for example. I don't know. I haven't really listened to him a lot. I haven't really studied him as a person, but his music always has something to do with God. All of his albums, and I think the recent album kind of goes with what's going on, and I feel like I seen him do a live stream. He was crying and tears of joy, and you don't normally see that, especially with the just a lot of these rappers nowadays, and he's from the '90s, so I feel like a lot of the people from that era, or not even saying from that era, but people that are, the godly, or they strive to be, they have that capacity to not be afraid of putting themselves in that position to show them how much they really care about people. So I don't know. What do you think, Danny? What's some of the things you would say on that?
No, I go back to when you start hearing people that suddenly, and this is the pessimism, creeping in. Hold up. For Boy Smoke Shop.
But anyways, so yeah, I figured, coming around and seeing people like that on the media, what they could be using their platform for something else. I think it's good that people are being creative and putting this information out there, because of the mainstream won't tell you to stand with your creator. They'll tell you to rely on these masks and keep your social distancing, when it's a lot bigger than that. We're a lot more powerful than just these little things that we're encouraged to do. So I figured, it gets deeper when we put the creator in to rely on, because that's something we can't see, but it takes a tremendous amount of faith to make that commitment, or that to discipline yourself to at least reflect those principles and try to have those implemented into who you are. But yeah,
This is where the cynic in me starts, speaking out. That I kind of see it as, you're about to die tomorrow, and therefore, just in case if there is a heaven, suddenly I remember that, I really love God, and I want everyone else to know that, God is wonderful. I know people are genuine when they want people to come to God. I know that a lot of people, whether they just become a Christian yesterday, or they've been in the church, they leave and then come back, these principles aren't just being told to the masses and their fans just for the sake of, I want to sell records or whatever. I think people actually do genuinely believe, be good to others, have more forgiveness, be more patient. I truly believe, Busta Rhymes, even Lil Wayne, he's kind of like coming around with some hey man, let's get back to God and get back to the community. It's probably a bad example of just them.
Yeah, because a lot of people seen that he endorsed Trump or something like that. So he's like, Busta Rhymes he's not even hanging around with those people. He's trying to get Farrakhan. He's trying to get Farrakhan and them to meet. That's what I want. I want to see Trump and Farrakhan have a little talk, or Farrakhan and Biden. Just they always have these other guys, these younger dudes. So how about someone on their same bubble of age and experience? Not saying that.
Well, it's almost like if you're asking someone in the same age range, there is no bullshitting that you can do. Someone like our age or even younger could probably be duped into voting for Joe Biden, for example, never knowing any history about him.
Yeah, so I'd figure, these people really are trying to get Farrakhan and Trump to kind of have a talk about this whole thing because, yeah, there hasn't really been anyone, like an icon or a face or, a black man or, someone like that's older that can kind of like that has that respect amongst people. And Farrakhan's the only one that kind of has that leadership quality to kind of be. But yeah, since they're all, Nation of Islam, it's like they're on a blacklist, you know what I'm saying? Like they're like that's just how they
no pun intended.
No pun intended. But that's just how it is when you're saying things out and stuff and whatnot. But I mean, still, it's not like he really did anything wrong or anything evil. It's it's just compared to what's been going on in this country and a lot of these skis buckets and what they get away with or what they think they can get away with. I mean, what's Farrakhan? But it's just he's effective at moving people, getting people to do things. That's what they don't want.
What is it that he actually said or did that was actually wrong, though? In the sense of, like, if you disagree with someone, that's fine, but, like, what was it that he actually said that, like, really shook something?
It's because his spirit makes, it raises up, the black man. He wants black people to stop being, like, low. He wants people to live like in a way that God would want us to be, like, holy, pretty much. Like, God doesn't want us to be fucking grimy. He wants us to be clean. He wants us to be sharp. He wants us to be intelligent, top of our level, whatever we can do, our best. And a lot of people are just lazy, and so they don't want that type of leadership for us. And that's probably one of the reasons because Farrakhan's not really like we're not. I don't really look at him like, obviously, like someone like a prophet, but he is a good for who he is. He's maintained that consistency over the years, and so that's a powerful figure to influence people, and they don't want that type of positive or productive type of criticism because he is critical on people too. Like he'll say, "Are you scared?" and like he'll try to like get people to be better versions of themselves. So I just figured,
we can't have that. We can't have that in the airways, bro. We can't have people motivating people to be better people. Ooh, yeah, seriously. People are just afraid of other people. When you've set up an entire like generations of millenniums of the pyramid scheme, suddenly you start panicking when the foundation rises up against you.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why you're panicking, because listening to someone tell you, hey, be a better person, question yourself and, challenge yourself. If the only two options is either just neutral, it goes over your head, or it's like, damn, that really spoke to me. Let me do like 5 extra push-ups. Because otherwise, if you're that pissed off at him, I think that says more about you than, whoever else is trying to, speak their truth or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't trust people that are angry at truth tellers. I don't trust that person because you have an agenda. Because if you really disagree with someone like Farrakhan, for example, okay, make a video, debunk him if you want, and then move on with your life. If it's that important, because otherwise, if it doesn't even add that much consequence to your life, you don't even have to watch the video. What are you doing? Just move on with your life and, keep on pushing. But clearly it pisses people off that much because it is true.
Yeah. And then, they don't want people to raise their confidence in God. They don't want that power or that connection because, God is, he'll help those out that seek him. So they know that they don't know how we work from the inside out. I mean, they can try to do stuff scientifically to figure out things, but, God is the true one in control. So, yeah, man, it's just they don't want people to have that kind of confidence or that appreciation for how good we really do have it in terms of our human experience. They want to try to strip it and make us want to not appreciate it, and that's stupid because there's a lot to be thankful for, a lot to be grateful for.
Yeah. Back to your original question though. When it comes to like celebrities that, try bringing people closer to God, it's interesting. I mean, I feel like that's a lot of karmic debt. For example, the guy from Creed, the lead singer, whatever the fuck is this, but what's it called? Like it was one of those like 90s guys that technically was like a Christian singer guy, but then it would turn out that he would he would like so he would sing a song about Jesus, but then in the very next like tour bus, he's getting orgies with Kid Rock, with a bunch of groupies and whatnot, and calling himself the king of man, and all this is like. So then you have two extremes, right? You have someone that is claiming to be so much for God, and yet they do a lot of weird shit, or someone that just lives a life of weird shit, but then when they grow older, then they say, hey man, you know what? Let me turn my life around by helping someone else turn their life around.
Yeah.
I don't know, man, right? Like when Jesus said, the doctor is not there for the healthy, he's here for the sick. If you're that pissed off at the word of God speaking to you, well then maybe you're already well situated with the word of God. It's not supposed to reach you.
Mm.
It's here for the sick.
Yeah.
But then again, they wanted to kill him because he was, causing way too much trouble. He was causing an uprising, which he wasn't.
Yeah.
But that again, that's the pyramid scheme. You're only mad because you're no longer at the top of the pyramid, because the foundation starts rising and starts becoming autonomous. And that's all Jesus is talking about. Be yourself and be you. You are your own God and your own temple. There is no I'm better than you, you're lower than me. Everyone is equal in their power and potential.
Yeah. Yeah.
I never understood that. People want to act like God helps them gain millions of dollars, but then God abandons, but then God doesn't exist, or fuck God when someone cuts you off in traffic, or wrong person says the wrong thing. It's like, then God didn't help you get those millions then, because you can't have it where it's only when God blesses you that God's real. That can't be, because when you're taking a punishment, you have to accept that God is there too.
Yeah. Pretty much. I can definitely speak on that. But yeah, man, these people kind of undermine, the consequences of a lot of what they do. Because if you're not stopped, or if you're not challenged to not live that like that, then you gotta seriously try to do your best to change. Because yeah, the repercussions of certain actions, man, it'll kill you. You don't know how it's gonna happen, but or something might happen, and that's your way of learning. But yeah, that's because God loves you. I mean, in terms of like,
Truly.
yeah, because we're a lot more than just the flesh. It's a thing that we have to deal with, and feel like if you're solid now and you're disciplined now, you set yourself up in that mindset that you're gonna live forever. I mean, and you take those steps to practice that character you want to build, and you don't think that your world's just going to end the next day, or if you don't think life is just this one thing, then I just feel like you're going to be blessed, because yeah, you're not gonna be tempted by anything that it's not gonna, because you're in for the long run, and that what you do, it ripples throughout eternity pretty much. And so you want to be in that book of life, because if you're not, then you're just gonna be destroyed, unfortunately. But we all have these choices. I don't think anyone is here to just be condemned. I think everyone is the control, and they have to have each day. You take a day at a time. You don't try to see the whole thing. You take each day at a time, and you stay vigilant, and you just don't get deceived too much by all these things around us. These distractions, they're here to pretty much just take you away from your Creator. And your Creator only wants the best. The Creator only wants you to achieve the most, the most you can do. Don't beat yourself up or make yourself feel worthless like these people want to make you feel, because they obviously are not in the right mindset to put that on you. So you gotta keep at it though, so you can So you can be happy of yourself. You know, you want to feel good about yourself, and you know if you're kind of taking things, you're not gonna feel good. I mean, that's just how it is. Like if you don't go through any kind of challenge, you're not gonna really have the appreciation. So that's just how God designed it. You know, that's just how I see it. We're gonna be complacent and not want to grow. So that's not the way it is. The way of life is always growing and expanding and connecting and becoming, you know, stronger in general. And that's what it is.
Well, to that point,
yeah.
you create your own hell, man.
Yeah.
It's the entire point of what Hellraiser is. That's why Pinhead's like my favorite. Yeah, I think that's my favorite like horror franchise, whatever of the '80s. It's like you go searching for the box. It's not like there's a curse that happens and this person comes through, or they follow you in your dreams, or you go to camp. It's like you're doing your entire life normally, but then you seek the puzzle box. Meaning, hey man, I'm only here because you opened the box. So let's go. Like, let's welcome you to hell, and we're all pain and pleasure is the same thing. You create your own hell. You create your own like demons, and you become sulfur. You choose to become soot, sulfur, coal. That's how it works. Because otherwise, everyone else is just trying to pay their bills and go home, dude. No one has that much free time that they're choosing to use that time to go seek out this box that opens up a pathway to dimensions of pain. It's like, what kind of person is that? Yeah. So you got to start asking, like, what kind of human being goes to seek out that box?
Yeah, to unleash it on other people. You know, they you know, like if we don't have an opinion to say in it, you know, that's another thing. These people that are entitled to kind of dictate these moves and try to feel like they are the gatekeepers, but they're not. They're just going to keep themselves in the gates and the chains.
Gatekeepers keep themselves at the gates.
Or within the gates. Yeah.
Damn, the gatekeepers can't even get in. They're just making sure that they're like just there. It's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's pretty much what it is. It's like they almost have it, but they don't have it. And then, there's some scripture or something like that, like, because they have something, they don't want to share it, and so that's what's got to be there. Because they feel like other people aren't worthy. They can't handle it.
Well, I mean, you feel like you're not worthy. Therefore, if I'm not worthy, then no one's worthy. It's like that, you know, when you're losing, you just take your ball and go home.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, take the L. It's called just get better at your jump shot. Just keep it going.
Yeah.
That's where we're at, dude. That's where we're at. The powers that be, the powers up top or whatever, they would rather let us go into a civil war, civil unrest, economic depressions, pandemics, foreign governments doing it. Like, they'd rather have all that other shit than to just humble themselves in the sight of the Lord and help out their people.
Yeah.
They, like, because you do know that, like, if there's a civil war, the people at CNN, they're not going to go fight that war. They hate Trump, trust me, dude. And, and that's only in theory, because they actually love that his idiocy gives them ratings. So they actually love Trump, but they hate him on TV. But anyway, they're not going to. Chris Cuomo, for example, he's not going to get in the street and start fighting you because you're a Trump supporter. He's going to convince you to go punch a Trump supporter, but then he's going to get the credit for it. That's how these people work. Yeah. The people that wanted to go to the Iraq war, for example, they didn't go. They sent you. They sent your kids. They sent your parents. They didn't go. Their kids don't go because their kids are too important to go to war. Their kids get Harvard degrees and, make the dean's list, and they do blow off of, trannies' dicks and whatnot. That's what they do. But when you do that, you're a degenerate.
Yeah.
Shout out to Aubrey Kate.
Disgusting image in my mind. But
well, you know.
anyways, it's all good, man. Because God sees it all and knows it all, and that's the mindset we have to be in. We got to be powerful, not be caving in, or what is it called? Yeah, we
can't cave in, man.
we gotta be bold, and we gotta be.
Hey, go handle real quick, bro.
All right.
What is up? What's cracking, guys?
Yep. So how I see it is, we have to embrace that courage, especially now, because the more we give in to the anxious and the weak, lower energies that want to convince us otherwise, we're only giving up that much more power. So I'd recommend daily execution on breathing exercises. Reading something spiritual, something that's just gonna make you ponder, and you get busy. You get focused on your work, your purpose. And this is just the way of life, and that's just what we do.
It makes sense.
And,
yeah, for sure.
I definitely like to look into some other things we can discuss in regards to the celebrities that really try to help out people. And I wouldn't even call them celebrities, I would just call them people amongst us that are in these positions because of their dedication.
Unreasonable, but those are the
That's
laws.
just what it is.
I like it.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this live short.
But at least people are getting better product.
It's a little loud, so
Exactly. That's
I'm
right.
going to have to call it a night, and we'll be back again.
Do you have a mind?
Peace.
Trying to